Good morning, it's me again, Golden Grace. I'm going to be doing some curry goat. I'm going to be seasoning it today, Friday, and this is for Sunday. I have a cousin that requested me to make curry goat for him. So I had it soaking in the vinegar for a while. I'm going to pour it off. The water and vinegar, I'm going to pour that off. Okay. Nothing wrong with leaving a little water in there. How's everybody doing today? A little tad of water is left in there. That's all. Wooden spoon. Okay. Badia. Complete seasoning. Some of that. A decent amount. Yeah, I like to season my food days ahead of time because I like it to have flavor when I'm ready to cook. Black pepper. Okay. And this is 5 pounds of goat meat. My favorite, ginger, garlic, pimento. But I actually grounded up some ginger, garlic, pimento, so I don't need to put too much of that in there. I made a liquid mixture. Put a tad of garlic powder. This is garlic powder. Put a tad of garlic powder also. Okay. And I have this seasoning. I found it in Jamaica. It's called Scotch Bonnet Dry Pepper Seasoning. It is really nice and it is peppery. We'll sprinkle a little bit of that on there. Okay. We have our ground pimento. Sprinkle a little bit of that. How is everybody doing today? And then we have this. I grounded up ginger, pimento, garlic, tad of vinegar, and pepper. And I'm going to put some of that in here. Because I don't like when I bite into pimento seeds, and I don't like when I bite into pieces of ginger when I'm eating. So, put quite a bit of that in there. I'm going to stir this up. I didn't put the curry in yet. I'm going to stir this up right now. Stir this up. I didn't put any salt by itself. I can. I can also put this one, Maggi, ginger seasoning. Why not? Enough ginger. Lovely. Yes, if you find it. If you don't have it, it's okay. Put that in there. Lovely. This is the curry powder. So yeah, it's curry powder. I'm gonna put a bit of curry powder in here. And of course, before you fix it up, I'm gonna put some in the oil and kind of brown it in the oil. Okay. I like to put this one too. This one is Chief Hot and Spicy Duck Goat Curry Powder. Love it. I use 2 curries. Most of the time I use 2 or 3. There's an Indian curry that I like to use too. It's okay. Everybody does their own thing. Okay? Everybody has their own way of doing it. There's nothing scripted to say this is the perfect way. Everybody has their own way. There's always basic, and then there's always you can add whatever you want. You could even cut up some apples and put in here. I know that's really going against it, right? You could if you wanted to. You could do that. Cut up a little bit of apple and put in here too. Nothing wrong. Okay. It looks like I need a little bit more curry. A little bit more of the beta pack curry. Okay. We have onions. I have red onions. Okay. Red onions. I could put a little celery. You don't have to put much celery. I don't think most curry goat calls for celery. Put much celery. Garlic. But you know something? We don't need to put much of this garlic because we already put the garlic in the other one, the liquid one. Okay. We're good. Got enough garlic in here. I'm not going to put the scallion in there yet until I start cooking it down on Sunday. I'm not going to put the scallion, so I'm going to put the scallion aside for now. But you're going to put scallion in it. Pimento seeds, a few, not many. Thyme, we have some thyme. I can put some of the thyme flakes in here. Very good. And then we have salt. This is some Brazilian salt I have, just a tad of salt. We don't need a whole lot of it because as you cook, you taste and go. You don't want to overdo it with salt. Stir this up really good. And believe me, by Sunday, this will be good. Could have did it yesterday too. I didn't have the meat yet, so I didn't do it yesterday. But you just stir this up, stir it up real good. As you know, as you cook it, you could tip a little white rum in it too. I'm gonna put a little bit more. This cup put a lot of curry. Okay. All right. So that's that. In a little bit, I'm gonna be seasoning up some pork. This is some pork I have soaking right now in vinegar, water. So I'm cleaning that up. I'm gonna do some pork, and I'm also gonna be doing some fried chicken. I'm gonna be doing some fried chicken too. I'll show you how I season up my fried chicken. So this pretty much is it right now for the goat meat. And we're gonna set this aside. I'm gonna make sure we stir it up real good. And we're gonna set this aside. We could put some more of this marinade on it with the ginger and the garlic. Put that on it. A lot of that is good. Why not? Good stuff. All right. I'll catch you back in a bit. We're gonna do the pork back. This is the pork. Okay, here we have the pork. I pour off all the water. And we're gonna season these up. Not that many of them, it's like 5 or 6 of them. Okay. I have this seasoning here. Ooh. This one, why is it giving me hell to open? You know something? Because it has a grinder thing on it. It's giving me hell to open today. All right, there we go. Almost broke a fingernail. Italian seasoning, but it has a lot of salt in it, and that's good on the pork. This one I found at Aldi. I think I told you about this before. It's like an Italian herbal seasoning. It's got salt in it. Okay. These we're going to be baking in the oven. At the end, put barbecue sauce and everything on them. I'm going to use some more of this Badia seasoning. Okay. And this pork has the fat on everything on it, so when you bake it up, I'm sure it's going to taste nice. Okay. A little bit of that. Black pepper. Put a little bit of pimento, ground pimento, just a little. Don't need much of that. Some of the spice up. Scotch bonnet spice up, lovely stuff. Okay. Garlic. That Scotch bonnet stuff always gets me coughing and sneezing. It gets right up in my nose. Celery. Red onion. Scallion. Nice amount of scallion. Yeah. Put a little salt. Sprinkle a little salt on there. Not a whole lot. Okay. Some thyme. Thyme flakes. Barbecue sauce. I just have this particular one. Put that on it. Some of that. You know what else we can put in here? A little vinegar. But we don't have to put it right now. We can put it in there right before we put it in the oven to cook it on Sunday. So that's pretty much this. It's pretty simple. Pretty quick, pretty simple. Once you have everything cut up and everything laid out, it's pretty simple to put together. You know what else I didn't put in here yet? I'm going to show you, which is really integral when you're doing pork. Green pepper, red pepper, orange pepper. Put that all in there too. Of course, gotta have that in there. That's nice flavor. You could take a little sugar. Put the barbecue sauce has sugar in it. Okay. So that's good. So see, you seasoned with me this morning. Seasoned up the food for Sunday. This is the pork. And then we have the goat meat seasoned up now too. So we're gonna put this aside and let it sit until Sunday. I think we're good right now. Catch you in a bit. We're gonna do the seasoning for the fried chicken. Good afternoon, I'm back. Golden Grace here. So I have some chicken thighs and some chicken wings that I'm going to be seasoning up to fry on Sunday also. I've already washed these wings and I've already pulled off as many feathers, you know, those free-forming feathers that are left. I've already washed these wings in lemon juice. Lemon. The thighs also have been washed. And I'm taking off the fat, this extra fat. And you know, these thighs always have this extra fat meat right in here. And I always cut it out. I don't know if you guys do that too, but I can't stand it. I gotta cut it out. So I have this part, and I don't need all this extra fat on the outside of the meat part. So I cut all that off. I cut all that off. I cut this part off in the middle, that little V part. I need to do a little bit better job on that. Take off all of this fat. I take off this top part here too. I cut all of that off. And then I'm gonna season it up, and I'll show you what seasonings I'm gonna use. I remember years ago, my mother-in-law years ago, when I got married in 1981. God, I was a babe. Anyway, she was one of the sweetest women that I ever met, next to my mom. And this woman could take chicken. She could take these wings, these chicken wings, and all she put on her chicken wings was salt and black pepper. Salt and black pepper. And those wings, I don't know what she did. It must be her hand. You know how Jamaicans say, come cook for me so I can taste your hand? Well, I tell you, her hand was so good. She would fix those chicken wings with the salt and the black pepper. And she would put regular flour. She didn't put any cornstarch, and she didn't put any self-rising flour. And she would fry up those wings. Oh, God, they were so good. She was so good. So she made me get inspired to cook and fry up chicken wings. Really fry up some chicken wings when I get ready. But I love chicken thighs. So I'm cutting up all of this stuff out of these chicken thighs and pulling out whatever I want to pull out, all these chicken thighs that just doesn't look like it belongs there, right? And we know how they do the chicken here in America. In America, we know how they do that chicken. Woo, that chicken is something. Anyway, so I'm cleaning up these thighs. I've washed them off. I'm taking off all this excess fat here. And then I'm going to come back and show you what seasonings I put on them. But I just remembered her right now. Her name was Juanita. Juanita was a sweet woman, and she was an artist also. She could sit. She had the most beautiful handwriting, calligraphy. She could just free hand write calligraphy. Oh my God. She was phenomenal. She was a phenomenal woman. She really was. She could cook up some food, and she sure know how to do some fried chicken. Yeah, she was one of the sweet ones. I'm waiting for my granddaughters to come up. One of them to come up to be just like her. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. Because that woman was sweet. Next to my mom, I don't think I've met another sweeter woman. I don't think so. No, all these years, I've not met a sweeter woman. She had a husband that was abusive to her. Oh God, he was abusive to her. She was so sweet. She would keep it together. She would keep it together. But every time you were with her in the kitchen, is John calling me? Is John calling me? I tell you, she was sweet though. That was a sweet woman. Anyway, I said enough about her. I don't want to get emotional. But anyway, I'm going to come back after I clean these all up and show you what seasoning I put on my fried chicken. Okay, so I'm back. I use Lawry's seasoned salt to season my chicken when I get ready to fry them. I have been using this Badia also. Yeah, I use this. I have a little garlic powder. I have some regular salt. As you know, I have this Portuguese salt. I have black pepper. And that's what I put pretty much on all my chicken pieces. I do each piece separately. I do not pour it on and spin it around. I do each piece by itself singly. And I try to get into every nook and cranny of that chicken. Even if I go under the skin a little, you don't want too much salt, but you want it salted liberally. Is that the word? Yes, liberally. So you do that, you season it, and you season each piece. I cut off all that extra fat, but you want some skin on there, you know, because you want it to have flavor. So I do that. I do the same things with the wings. You don't need to see me do every wing. I can do that on my own time. Then I use the black pepper, and I do the same. Nothing like a good piece of chicken thigh fried, right? Oh my God, so lovely. Nothing like a good fried chicken thigh. Okay. And we do each piece with the black pepper, the same as the seasoned salt. And I use Lawry seasoned salt. That's the one I use. Put that black pepper on each piece, each side. Okay. Then I use my complete. On each side, some on each side. I'm gonna do the same thing with the wings, and then you let it sit till Sunday. I use self-rising flour. Lately I've been putting a little cornstarch in that also. I'm going to put a little salt on here. The salter I don't do each piece. The salt is something I do kind of sprinkle. Okay, I sprinkle the salt on. I don't want to put too much salt, but you need a little salt. I could put some garlic powder. Woo, my garlic powder won't open, of course. Everything gives me a little bit of a difficulty. I could sprinkle some of that because, you know, the Badia complete seasoning has a little garlic in it. So pretty much that's what I do. I'm going to do the wings also. I do have this all-purpose seasoning, Maggi. But I don't think I don't normally use it, so I'm not going to be using it. So I put it on each piece, as you saw me do it, liberally. And then I set it aside until Sunday comes. And make sure you pat that chicken dry after you wash it good with the lemon. All right, we can move this out the way. We can put this over. These are clean. And we're going to do each wing also the same way. Get all this water. And we're going to do the wings each way. Each the same way. Okay? I'd already started a few there. That's already been rinsed out, cleaned out. And we're going to do each one. And then on Sunday, I'm going to fry them up. Yep, I'm going to fry them up. You could slit each one also if you wanted. You could kind of slit it here. I do that when I do my jerk chicken wings. I slit it right here between the bones, right here, and that jerk sauce gets right down in there and gives it great flavor. So that's what I could do that also, but sometimes you like to take these wings and you like to just take them and go like this with them after you season them up good and fry them like this. You fold them over and fry them like this. Yep. And then they'll stay like that as they fry. Sometimes I do that, but sometimes I don't. So if you want to do that, you can. But if you cut them, you can't do that. Just know that. if you want to get that seasoning in there. So I'm going to do these and set them aside, and then we're going to continue the cooking on Sunday. Love you all, my lovelies. Golden Gray signing off for now. Okay? Chat soon. Bye-bye.